Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Zaborn, and I'm honored to host this panel as part of my Toastmasters Pathways Level 5 completion project. I serve as the Vice President of Education for Ozark Orators, and am currently the Division A Director-elect for District 8 Toastmasters. My work inside and outside Toastmasters focuses on transformational leadership and empowerment, and I believe Toastmasters offers one of the most accessible and powerful environments for personal growth and leadership development. Over the past year, Ozark Orators has experienced something special. We've welcomed a wave of new members and visitors into our club, and we've seen what's possible when you build a culture that's intentionally growth friendly. And not just friendly, but growth friendly. I say intentionally also because that doesn't happen by accident. We specifically work to create an environment where new members aren't just made to feel welcome, they're invited to participate, encouraged to stretch, and supported through the sometimes discomfort that comes from stepping into something new. I've invited several of our members who have joined during the 2024-2025 Toastmasters year to share their experience. These are the people who have felt the impact of our club growth friendly culture firsthand. And because it resonated with them, when they've started, they've each played a role in shaping it as they contribute to that cultural just naturally and automatically because that's what they knew from the beginning. So tonight you'll hear from Eliana, Dana and Josh, Nilafar, Alireza, Vishesh, Naveed, and Noelia. Each of them brings a unique perspective, and together we'll explore what makes a Toastmasters environment truly welcoming and effective for new members and guests. When someone walks into a Toastmasters meeting for the first time, they're often carrying a mix of curiosity and hesitation. Maybe they're excited to grow and also a little afraid of being put on the spot. Maybe they've been told Toastmasters is good for confidence, but they're not sure what to expect. The environment we create in those early moments and throughout their first few meetings and continuing after that can make all the difference between someone joining, growing, and thriving, or just quietly slipping away. So tonight we're going to unpack this from the inside. These panelists have just been there. They've walked in with fresh eyes, and they've stuck around long enough to become part of what's making this place special. Let's hear from them, and together let's reflect on what it takes to create the kind of environment that helps people not to just show up, but keep showing up and growing. So I'll direct the first question. Eliana has been around the longest in 24-25, and Noelia is brand new. She just started last week was her first official meeting, and all in between, we've had just wonderful new members, and each one has really contributed beautifully to the growth of the group and the participation. And so I'm going to start with you, Eliana. When you first visited our club, what stood out to you most about the environment or experience?
It was very welcoming and inviting, and that was very important because for many people, public speaking is it's close, it's up there with death of
Mm,
things they're afraid of. So it encouraged me because it's a safe space to mess up.
yes. Good, nice. I like that. Thank you. And let's go to our newest member, Noelia. Noelia, when you first visited our club, what stood out to you most about the environment or experience?
That all of you were really welcoming and also provided really nice special feedback. I think that it is in a friendly manner in the case that you made like little mistakes and you were very organized. And that's what I like the most.
Very good. Thank you. And how about Dana and Josh? Josh, you had a funny story. I don't know if you'll say it again now, but if you do, that's fine. But when you first visited our club, what stood out to you most about the environment or experience? And Dana, Josh, you can both answer that.
So I will tell you, for me, when I first joined this club, I was at a phase of my life where I was in kind of like a transitional growth period. I knew I wanted to grow in ways as far as being able to public speak or just speak in general and impromptu speaking and being able to have a random conversation. And I heard about Toastmasters through a podcast that I was listening to while I was at work one day, and I kept wanting to go, but I was too afraid to go, honestly, because I was afraid to get up in front of random people and speak. And my wife, Dana, she pushed me to go. And I stood outside of the room for probably 5-10 minutes debating whether or not I wanted to step into this room of random people and just get into a completely uncomfortable situation that was new to me. And fortunately for me, I did step into that room and I was met with very jovial, happy faces like Mr. Jim, Derek, Eliana, and you guys were very welcoming. And it was just a very open space. And I can't remember if it was my first week or the second week where I got up and just spoke. But even when you do mess up and you do make mistakes, there's no chastising or belittling or making fun of you. It's a very constructive criticism where they give very sincere and uplifting feedback on what you did and how you can do it better to be a better presenter in the way that you speak and the way that you talk. So, I mean, it's a very welcoming and open environment that was just nothing but the best word I can think to describe it was very loving. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did you ever at all feel love bombed? Do you know what I mean by love bombed?
No, please describe.
When someone gets love bombed, it's usually a group is trying to get somebody to join, and so they'll like focus all kinds of attention on them until they come in, and then they get forgotten about.
Oh, no, no, no. Definitely, I did not feel love bombed. Everything that I felt, I can say, was very authentic and sincere. And it was just, you guys do an amazing job at creating an environment where you feel very welcomed and you want people to be there, but it's not in like one of those weird, creepy ways that you try to convince people to stay by making them feel too overloved. It was just, it was very sincere. Like you just sincerely want people there because you sincerely want people to be better and want people to grow. And you just feel that through the interactions through all the members in the club, really.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. Thank you, Josh. How about you, Dana? You were a little hesitant at first, weren't you? And you did such a beautiful job, but you were hesitant, weren't you?
Oh yeah, and it wasn't just the donuts, by the way. But no, for real. Like, so he was speaking about it, and I was like, okay, I'll just go and I'll support. I thought it was gonna be like people going on stage. I had no clue what to expect. I thought I was gonna be sitting in the back and just watching. And then of course we go in this room full of people, and it's just like everyone's looking around, and I like honestly I was nervous, and I realized like, okay, well, people were not pushy at all. They were still very comfortable. And Josh, I was nervous, but I didn't honestly expect to be involved in it. I just wanted to sit back. But the more that I was there, the more I realized I'm like, what? I'm in a room full of people that are willing to grow and willing to build themselves. I'm like, why wouldn't I do that for myself? And I'm like, so in reality, being there and not even knowing what I was getting into, just being there alone in that environment inspired me. And I'm like, shoot. And people weren't judging each other. They were just very loving and kind and being like, hey, this is a good way to do it. It was such an awesome experience. And it really helped me in my confidence too.
Awesome.
I did not realize how nervous I was, but it's definitely a confidence builder. I can definitely say that.
And that's one thing I definitely want to add to the end of that. Toastmasters has been an extraordinary confidence builder for me.
Makes you realize a lot.
Yeah, it's a great, that's the one thing I can say about it is confidence is the one thing I've definitely grown through this.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you both.
Yeah.
Nilafar. Nilafar came in and Nilafar, you invited quite a few people, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was your experience with the club? Was it what you expected when you first came, or well, let me ask you this: what kinds of things help you feel confident to participate early on?
Well, I would say the inclusivity, because when I remember everything about the first day that I entered the room, exactly the environment where all the people were very friendly. They all came to me, said hi, and also after the meeting, we all had short discussions. I remember talking to Dana and Josh exactly, and you guys also gave me a role to be a timer for next time. You included me, made me to be a part of it. So I felt like, oh, I belong to this environment, and I should attend. And then after a while, once I saw that how people give speeches, and then after giving lots of people topics, and getting to the stage, talking, it gave me confidence over time, because before that I used to have lots of speeches, but every time I used to forget whatever I wanted to say. But by building that confidence now, I feel more confident to not forget my speech and being able to give my speech actually.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nilafar. Now, Nilafar, her speech, she did a beautiful speech about a holiday that was special to her. And a part of that holiday involves some special spices. And because of that, I ended up buying some and I use it all the time. So those icebreakers are really awesome. Thank you, Nilafar.
Thank you.
And Nilafar, let's see now, you invited a number of people. And one of those persons was Ali Reza. Ali Reza, what kinds of things, when you first visited our club, stood out to you most about the environment or the experience? Oh, you're muted, Ali Reza.
Sorry for that. Yeah, I exactly remember the first time, I came to the Toastmaster because of the Niloufer, as you mentioned earlier. She invited a lot of people, and I'm one of those. And so the first thing that I remember is the way you treat the newcomers. I mean, when I say you, I mean the people that are in charge of the club master, and they are so welcoming, and they were warm, and I really like that because it's very helped to uh be the same temperature for the environment, if I want to say it in an engineering way, because most of the times when you have no idea that what's going there for you, it brings some a stress and tension in your mind.
Yes.
But the way that you treat the newcomers definitely relieve that stress, and I really like that, and it was natural. And but there was something for me that as a newcomer, makes me a little nervous, was the strict agenda that you have. You have a very strict and formal agenda, and you have to do something step by step, and it gives you a sense of that, oh, this is something real. It is not for fun. So they have some guideline and rules, and I really like that because there was a logic behind that in order to build the confidence, or tell the other that you are part of these strict agenda. At the next session, I mean, the logic behind of these roles, gave the people some role to be part of that meeting. Yeah, these are the things, uh, and uh, and the reason that I really like to be attend is a part of, building your confidence in an organic way, not for something that, not such a thing that you're looking for, that to memorize something, to be prepared for some prepared subject. It was in a very natural way that you just need to attend and find yourself, find your way. There is a no pre-described or predefined way. And these are the things that, I like to be at.
Very nice. Thank you. And so, Ali Reza, did you feel that it was phony in any way or put on?
No, no, not at all. Yeah. It's very professional, and I
Good.
didn't have any of those situations.
Very good. Thank you, Ali Reza. And Naveed was another person Nilafar invited. Naveed, when you first visited the club, what stood out to you most about the environment or the experience?
Uh, Thank you, Jim. So yeah, I didn't have any problem with speaking among all my friends and families and even strangers. It wasn't hard for me. I'm not a shy guy, and it was very easy for me to talk about my work and presenting my work in university. But I didn't consider myself as a public speaker. So when I first time, and I always had this idea that if I want to be a public speaker, uh, I know that I have something to present to people, to talk to people, but I don't know how to do it, and why people should trust me, and why people should hear me or should listen to me. So when first time Nilufar told me about this environment, about the whole idea of Toastmaster, so I thought maybe it would be a good place for me to start something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do. So when I first came into the first Toastmaster session for me, so I realized that how from the very first moment I was the member of the club something, like that. So as you said, it was not love bombing, and it wasn't like, being a stranger among other people. It was like you are a member of these people, and there's a structure. Everyone has a role, uh, and these roles are, as Ariza stated, all of these structures and roles are being defined. People know how to do these roles, but these roles are not so hard to learn. So after 5 or 10 minutes, you can realize what are these roles, how you can be part of it. It's very easy for you to be part of this environment or this group of people. They are supporting you. For example, I told Vishesh, and I think he will also speak. So the very first thing that I really liked about this club was that I learned how to hear something about myself, or how to being evaluated, but not being offended. So it was a really nice, I think, nice experience. It's a very nice experience to hear what people are thinking about your job, and learning how to listen to people about your job, how to open yourself, how to present yourself without being offended. So these two things, I think, was the main things that I realized and I very liked about the club.
Very nice. Thank you, Naveed. Now, Vishesh, you and Naveed share an office space, don't you, at the university?
Yes.
And who heard about it first, and the other one was thinking about it already.
I was thinking about it and I heard something about Toastmaster. Even I searched near about Rolla, but I never tried to go there. So one day I was talking with Naveed and I saw his screen, his laptop, and then I saw this word Toastmaster. Then I asked him, "Are you going this thing? What is this?" Then he told it's very close to us, and I think it was his second um, visit to the Toastmaster.
Mm-hmm.
And on that day I started. And regarding my first hand experience and the first experience, it
Yes.
was very good because initially the one thing I uh, got a lot of appreciated on that, the discipline. If it's 6 p.m., it's 6 p.m. Whether you are there or not, the meeting will start at 6 p.m. And I think I always like, because I'm also in that zone. I'm always try to be in the discipline aspect. Uh, so yeah, that's the one thing I liked a lot. And not my first day, I the prompt impromptu speaking for 2 minutes. It was very helpful because it made you the presence of mind, and you don't need to think a lot. But the point is you have to be effective.
Yes. And you have found that helpful, haven't you?
Come again?
You have found that helpful, haven't you?
Yes, it was very helpful.
Yeah.
And even if you go beyond, when you want to make the topics for others, for these, when you have that leadership roles, that's very simple, but they're very effective and impactful for the others. Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you, Vishesh. So we're going to continue in the 25-26 Toastmasters year to keep building a growth friendly environment. And everybody who's come in has just naturally picked up because they realize how beneficial it was to them. And that's by design. And that's a part of the Toastmasters experience that we're looking for, is to help all of us to grow as leaders, even if we're not officially a leader yet or right now, but we can all lead in helping other people feel comfortable, and we can all lead in helping people know that they're supported. And so everybody here has done a beautiful job of that because you're all really friendly people. You're all very helpful people. And it's really important that we keep that structure within the club where that happens, where it's authentic and organic. So in other words, it's really from coming from who we are and not overdoing it, but sincerely wanting other people to grow. And I think everybody here sincerely wants other people to grow. I've definitely heard it and seen it in everybody. So that said, we'll have to wrap up really quickly, but does anybody have any thoughts about how we can increase what we're doing next year? And it doesn't have to be said as negative. If you can, if you want to, like we're not doing something we should be, or you can just take it something you've noticed that would be helpful that we don't do, and just say it as a positive. So would anybody like to add anything to the discussion, which we'll carry out all of next year?
I would just like to say, I mean, everything that y'all are doing so far that I've experienced is right, and it's good, it's helpful, it's comforting. I'd say the only thing is just maybe trying to just to put the word out more. I don't know how y'all do that, or just try to put the word out more and just let people know, especially starting with this video. This is going to be a great foundation to start with, that to show people like, hey, these are all new people. These are new people that started, that came, and they were afraid, just like you're afraid now to come.
Yes.
These are their stories, and this is where they've gone, coming from where you're at right now. So that's the only thing I would say, just do a little bit more, is just getting the word out more and just letting people know that, hey, this is a safe space. You know,
exactly.
what we want is just encourage growth.
Exactly. Thank you, Josh. Absolutely. We're going to be doing a lot more of that next year. And when I say next year, meaning next Toastmaster year, which starts in July. But we're going to start to really build bridges into the community and help people to find and connect with Toastmasters. It's very important. A lot of people don't really know what Toastmasters is anymore. It's 100 years old. This year it's 100 years old. But a lot of people don't really connect with it so much as they used to. And it's not because the program doesn't have value. In fact, it has even more value because there's even more resources for personal growth than there used to be. But what happens is, people don't really know what a Toastmaster is. It's really an old term. And that doesn't mean we have to change it, but it means we need to communicate what the value is, the personal growth. And you can grow personally through speaking, but then also leadership. And it doesn't have to be a hard leadership. It can be a soft leadership where you lead yourself and then you step into situations like timer or grammarian or whatever roles open, and you lead by being in the situation and making that work. And that will benefit anybody in any area of life. So I think you're right, Josh. We definitely have to get the word out more, and we will. And I think we've done a good job. And Nilüfer has invited everybody, right? So Nilüfer knows how to do it. And Josh and Dana, I know you brought that fellow over. His name is escaping me at the moment, but I remember
Shelby. He actually asked about,
Shelby. How could I forget? It's like my favorite kind of Mustang car.
Right.
yeah,
He actually asked about it today, and I encourage him to go back. So
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. We would love to see him. Yeah, so I think that's really what it's about. It's inviting people. And so thank you. Any last words before we close about how to keep a nice growth friendly environment going?
staying involved.
Staying involved. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing I'm realizing everyone's kind of saying deep down, is the fact that you're feeling like you're a part of something really means something, and it draws relationships and strengthens bonds. Just being involved in something, whether it is a timer or even just saying hello at the door or just speaking more to each other,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you very much. Whenever somebody's doing a job, even new people, when there's a newcomer coming in, and we probably will have a couple of visitors on this Friday, they see newcomers and they see, okay, they're doing it and they're accepted. They're a part of it. I can be a part of this too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you feel, Noelia, did you feel like you were a part of it right from the beginning? I think you said that.
Yes.
Definitely. But how about in a bad way? Sometimes you can go into a group and then all of a sudden you've got like all kinds of jobs that they want you to do. Is it like that? Like you get dumped on every kind of bad job. Now you've got to do everything. Is it like that? Noelia, is it like where you get put bad jobs put on you that you don't want to do?
No.
No.
I myself.
Exactly.
I myself decide what to do.
Yes, exactly. And everybody picks up and does what needs to be done. Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do. And in this way, they can grow at their own pace. They can try new things, and they learn as they try. And then as they want to do more and can do more, there's opportunities for them to do more or do less. Everybody, nobody has to do anything, right? Did anybody feel forced to do anything in this group?
No.
And yet everybody's expressed growth. Has everybody experienced growth because of it?
Oh yeah. That's another thing I would like to add is you don't have to be you're not forced to do anything. You can choose to do something if you want, and next week, if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything. It's not forced at all. It's very work at your own pace. And if I would have known the growth that was going to bleed out into other areas of my life from stepping into this, I would have jumped into Toastmasters 10 years ago.
Long time.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful opportunity. Ali Reza, did I see you unmute on purpose? Did you want to say something, throw something in?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I saw your mic go up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any last words? I appreciate it, Josh. Thank you. Any last words? All righty. Well, I think we lost. No. Okay. There you are. Okay. Suddenly my screen looks smaller, but I see somebody's highlighted. Okay. Excellent. Well, everybody, we've come to the end of the panel, and I wish we could have talked for hours on this, but to be respectful of everybody's time, we won't tonight. But I really appreciate your input. It's super important because, as I said, creating a growth-friendly environment does not happen by accident. It has to be done, but it doesn't take everybody doing it. It just takes a few people. And then as other people come in, they see it and they know that they really appreciate it. And then they start to do the same thing in their own way. And that's what really creates a nice synergy. And I think Ali Reza has mentioned organic. It's very organic. Yes. It's not, we don't want to be phonies. It takes too much energy in life to be phony. and what we're really doing in the group is we're really developing our own voices. And what the Toastmasters group does when it's done well in a growth-friendly environment, it allows us to develop our own voices in our own way, at our own pace, at our own comfort levels, and yet still do it in an environment that has some structure to promote that and has enough of a growth-friendly environment to allow us to extend ourselves even more.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for being on the panel. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Jim.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.